All right, picking up where we left off, we just talked about course objectives, what you're going to learn, and teaching methods. Already talked a little bit about the textbook, but I do also want to point out that you have the autonomy to get a textbook in the format that works for you. If you want to purchase an ebook because it's cheaper, those are available. Both of these texts are available from the publisher in ebook format that usually is $20, $30 cheaper. So if you want to do that, that's fine. The only caveat is that one excuse that I do not accept is that you had a technological related issue that kept you from reading the assignment. So if it's easier for you or safer for you to secure the hard copy version of the textbook, by all means, go ahead and do that. The writer's reference in particular is something you probably want to have on hand for all of your other classes anyway. So if it were me, I would behoove everyone to maybe consider purchasing the hard copy versions of the textbook. Again, talking about technology, I've listed the specific parameters here or requirements that you'll need. Essentially, you need a computer or a laptop with a full keyboard because we're going to be learning all sorts of keystrokes and different things you can do with Microsoft Word where you need a full keyboard. Some of you I know may have a Chromebook or may have a tablet with an attached keyboard or something of that nature. I highly encourage the use of a normal standard laptop for this class. It works better. It's going to make your life easier. You do need, obviously, an internet connection, one that's recommended to be high speed so that you're able to stream videos, connect with me via synchronous conferencing and Zooming, but also to be able to run and conduct some research. And when you start working with library databases at the university level, sometimes you need a higher level connection to generate more search results, etc. So I do recommend a higher level connection. If you do have a Mac, you're using a Mac or Apple device, you will need to have Microsoft Word on your device. Everyone's going to need Microsoft Word, but specifically for Mac devices, you'll need to have the version of Microsoft Word on your Mac device. All of our documents will be saved in .doc or .docx format, which are Word formats. So you do need to have that ability. And also Adobe. I'll talk to that point later. It's not necessarily something we'll do right up front. But you absolutely all need Microsoft Word. That's a non-negotiable. Everything we do from the first week will include Microsoft Word. And you need the full version of Microsoft Word, not 365, not a Microsoft Word that lives in your browser. You need the actual application downloaded to your device. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to have a video that walks you through how to do that as a Wingate student. Your tuition actually covers the full Microsoft Office suite. If you don't currently have it by default downloaded on your devices, part of being a Wingate student is that the university pays for that. It's about $200-$300 worth of software that's free. You just have to know how to log in and download it to your device and install it. I will have a video that shows you how to do that as part of this module, and you will download that and have it ready to roll for this first week, and we will continue to use that. All of our writing assignments, everything you submit from day one will be submitted by Microsoft Word. That's very important, and I'll show you what it looks like in that particular video. I've included some links here to some of the resources. Canvas, obviously, we're going to use, so if you have issues with Canvas or anything like that, this is a resource to look through some help articles. This is Adobe, eventually, what we will use to save some of your documents. And then, of course, Microsoft Word here, and you'll have that assistance. If you have something wonky, I know we're in an online class, and I know things happen, and it's sometimes hard to find a resolution to an issue. Our Department of Information Technology is here to help you. For instance, if you're a Mac user and you're having issues downloading Microsoft Word to your Mac, or if you're having issues with any of the installs for Microsoft Word, you can contact them. You can call them. We also have a resource called Bulldog Central that you can access. Bulldog Central is a hub for undergraduate students. You can log in and you can browse different articles. Let me just do this. I forgot I changed my password. Pardon me. I'm going to show you this because it might help. Bear with me. I'm just going to log into my device. There we go. Bulldog Central is somewhat like a Google for student success. If you need to take a look at some billing issues, if you need to look at some academic resource issues or advising or whatever the case may be. Now, your advising will be through Dr. Hahn in the program, but if you have technology issue, you can go here to look up common issues that students have, how to download Microsoft Word. You can search for it up here. If you're having a specific issue, you can click here, go to help, and you can go, for instance, to IT and ask a specific question, or you can go to the business office if you have a tuition related something. This is a resource here that you can submit. It creates a case and goes directly to that office so that they can reach back out to you and help you. I want to point that out. Let me jump back over where we were. Class decorum and netiquette. Because we're operating via computer-mediated communication, we're going to be sharing ideas. We're going to be getting to know each other. You're going to be sharing content that may be it may be a differing viewpoint or an oppositional viewpoint than one that you hold. A lot of times in academia, the issues that we discuss, the topics that we explore can test your viewpoint. It can test your view of the world, and be prepared for disagreements. In fact, we encourage disagreements, but we encourage doing so in a way that's respectful of everyone by virtue of race, ethnicity, gender, religion, or sexual orientation, physical appearance, political affiliation, etc. We are all adults here. We encourage difference of opinion in academia, but we all have to be there's a certain etiquette we have to maintain. And so with all of our interactions being mostly via text or being via computer mediated communication or through technology in some way, it's really important that we pay close attention to the words that we use, the phrases we use, the way that we translate our ideas to others, and try to be polite and try to make sure to be inclusive. Netiquette is defined as the rules of etiquette that apply when utilizing any computer-mediated communication, whether it be through smartphone, email, tablet, laptop, with special emphasis on communicating by the internet. And so what I'm asking for you to do is just be polite, be inclusive, to be professional. Everything you do clearly in life from the age of 18 onward is on your professional record of sorts, right, that exists in the world and in the connections and the people that you know or have had experiences with. So I'm just asking you to be polite and professional at all times with me and with other students in the class. One thing that I do want to point out is this is a rule that I operate by. Emails that are sent to me that do not have a subject line, a salutation, a body, and a closing statement will be deleted. What that means is when you write me an email, you need to have a subject, you need to have a salutation of some sort, body sentences, and a closing. Like I've got all the best here. This is professional practice. I'm sure everyone knows how to do this, but you'd be surprised at the amount of people who do not engage in professional emails. And since this is a writing class, I'm impelled to make sure that everyone is writing an email in the appropriate professional way. So this is just an example of that. Respect for diversity. I touched on that a little bit. There's some more information here. I am driven to constantly provide an environment that's inclusive and that's diverse and encourages diverse opinions. So you can take a look at that. Attendance, I gauge your attendance by your completion of course content. If you do not complete all aspects of the module, you're not attending for the purposes of this class. And if this is a regular issue, I will forward the case over to the program, to Dr. Hahn, Ms. Morgul, Ms. Sandy over at BLS. and Dr. Diaz, just to let them know that you are not actively participating or attending in class. Course evaluation. What are the big grading components here? There are three major papers in this class. There's what we call a contextual essay. This is the first essay. This is where you will be given an academic topic of sorts, and you will have to write in standard written English and in a certain style guide, APA. You'll have to write an academic response to a certain prompt. Usually I give you 3 prompts, you choose one, and you can write about it. One of those prompts, I usually let you choose something related to your major, but it does have to be an academic topic of some sort, which means it has to be a debatable topic. It has to be a multifaceted, dynamic, complex topic that would be suitable for a university level paper. This is not really a research paper, but it's not a personal response either. It's an academic response. And the goal of this first paper is to improve your writing, to be able to show that you can engage in what we call a critical and analytical framework, or thinking critically and dissecting an issue, and being able to translate your ideas, focus your ideas, and put them in the right format and in the right academic tone for a university paper. The second major paper is the opposing viewpoints analysis. So the second part of this course focuses on argumentation, the beauty of arguments in academia, what that means. We look at modes of persuasion, ethos, pathos, logos, how to develop and ascertain a substantial academic argument, how to evaluate different arguments. This particular paper, you will be looking at 2 arguments, oppositional viewpoints of the same argument or the same topic, and you will be analyzing or determining which made the best argument. Finally, the last major paper, the heavily weighted paper in the class, or most heavily weighted, is the academic argument, which is simply a research paper. Everything we do in class is scaffolded. All of the assignments build on each other, even the daily assignments, to prepare you for the ultimate goal of this class, which is a research paper. So now I just clicked off of where I needed to be. Bear with me. And so the first paper is just getting you to write a university caliber paper and engage in critical thinking and the critical thinking framework. The second paper adds on to that by discussing argumentation, elements of rhetoric and argument, how to start integrating sources or citing sources, providing citations, both in text and reference citations. And then finally, again, the ultimate goal is that research paper, which will be the more extensive research paper wherein you will be researching a topic that's related to your major and future career endeavor, adhering to APA style guide, which we will talk about. Then there are daily writing assignments, so the things that you do as part of each weekly module will be 10% of your grade. That can range from what I usually call in-class writing, so those are your writing, responding to prompts, etc. But there may also be quizzes involved. That's 10%. And then there's a final academic writing and research portfolio that's due at the very end of the class. And that is a simple assignment. You're simply collecting a range of assignments that you've submitted over the course of the class, both what you think are perceived to be as poor assignments when you started, and then your most advanced or developed assignments as a writer. And then there's a small writing synopsis where you are explaining how your writing and academic tone has grown over the progression of the course. So that's total of 100%. I work by percentage, not by points. All of the assignments are 100 points, and that's converted to percentages in the end based on these percentages. So first paper is 20, second paper is 20, final paper is 30, final research paper is 20, and then the daily assignments, or the things that you'll do the most to prepare you for these major assignments, are 10%. I operate on a standard 10-point grading scale. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 65 to 69, not 10 points, but still, is a D. Anything below 64 and below is considered failing or is an F. It's important to note that in higher education, if you earn a D, you are technically passing the course. But you have to be cognizant of your cumulative GPA. Being a successful student or academic success is considered a 2.0 cumulative GPA or higher.